Every morning something is decided, not loudly, not dramatically. It is decided in the gap between the last breath of sleep and the first conscious choice. A gap so small most people never notice it exists. In that gap, in that hairline fracture between unconsciousness and waking, the entire trajectory of the day is written. The question is only this: who is writing it? Is it you, the deliberate, willing, eyes-open version of yourself that you know yourself capable of being? Or is it the accumulated weight of old habits, unexamined fears, yesterday's resentments, and the body's endless lobbying for warmth and stillness? Most mornings, for most people, it is the latter. And so most days are not truly lived at all. They are endured, passively, reactively, at the mercy of whoever and whatever applies the most pressure. We have decided that is not enough. We are not monks. We make no claim to perfection. We have failed at this. Some of us, spectacularly, repeatedly. But we have come to understand through the bruising education of experience that a life without morning discipline is a house built on sand. When the storm comes, and it always comes, there is nothing beneath you. This is about building something beneath you. 7 habits, 7 thresholds, each one a small act of sovereignty over a life that the world will otherwise claim for itself. We begin. 1. Wake to darkness, not to comfort. Treat yourself with the same discipline you would a soldier under your command. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. There is a version of you that will argue for the snooze button with the eloquence of a seasoned lawyer. It will cite fatigue. It will invoke mercy. It will propose that 5 more minutes is a trifle, a small concession of no real consequence. It will make itself sound reasonable. Do not negotiate with it. We do not say this from cruelty. We say it because we have learned, painfully and over time, that every concession to comfort made in that first waking moment is a declaration of allegiance, a signal sent deep into the architecture of the self that when effort and ease meet at the threshold, ease will win. And that signal echoes. The Roman philosopher Emperor Marcus Aurelius, who governed a continent and still woke before dawn, wrote to himself in terms so blunt they feel almost aggressive. At dawn, when you have trouble getting out of bed, tell yourself, I have to go to work as a human being. What do I have to complain about if I'm going to do what I was born for? He was not speaking to a soldier. He was speaking to himself. He needed this reminder too. To rise before comfort grants permission is not punishment. It is a practice of self-authorship. It is a choice to be the kind of person who begins the day from decision, not from accident. The darkness outside is not the obstacle. The darkness inside, the small voice that tells you you are not enough, that today can wait, that you deserve the retreat, that is the obstacle. And it is the first one you will face today. Meet it. Win. 2. The cold confrontation. It is not because things are difficult that we do not dare. It is because we do not dare that things are difficult. Seneca. Letters to Lucilius. After you rise, we ask something of you that may seem strange in proportion to its simplicity. We ask you to be cold, not metaphorically, literally. Stand under cold water, or at the very least, begin your day with some form of voluntary physical discomfort, however small. Why? Not because suffering is virtuous, not because the ancient thinkers were wrong and the body should be punished, but because the modern mind, yours, ours,
has been so thoroughly marinated in the promise of frictionless comfort that it has quietly lost its ability to distinguish between pain that harms and resistance that builds. The cold shower costs nothing and takes 2 minutes. What it purchases is disproportionately vast. It teaches in the language the body actually understands, sensation not abstraction, that you're capable of choosing discomfort, that when something difficult presents itself, you do not have to flinch, that the gap between the dread of an experience and the experience itself is almost always enormous and almost always in your favor. Seneca wrote, "Begin at once. If you wait until conditions are favorable, you will wait forever. The cold water is never going to be warm until you choose to enter it. And in choosing to enter it, you are practicing in miniature the entire project we are describing. You are practicing the act of doing the difficult thing before the conditions are ideal. They will never be ideal. They were never going to be ideal. The conditions are what they are. What changes is your relationship to them. Step in."
3. The audit of the inner world. Man is not troubled by events, but by the opinions about events. Epictetus, Enchiridion. Now that the body has woken, truly woken, not merely stirred, we turn to the territory most people spend their entire lives avoiding. We turn inward, sit down, in silence, without the phone, without music, without the gentle anesthetic of background noise, and ask yourself with the rigor you would bring to any honest accounting, what is actually living inside me this morning? This is the habit that changes everything, and it is the one most fiercely resisted, because what lives inside us in the morning is not always pleasant company. There is often fear there, wearing many disguises. There is often an old anger, still warm after months or years. There is often a grief that has never been allowed its full name. There is often a corrosive shame about something done or undone, said or left unsaid, that quietly poisons everything it touches without ever being examined. These are the destructive emotions, and they are not destroyed by being ignored. They are only deferred, gathering charge in the dark until they emerge sideways, as irritability with someone who does not deserve it, as decisions made from panic rather than wisdom, as the slow erosion of a life that looks fine from the outside but feels hollow from the inside. Epictetus, who endured conditions that would destroy most modern minds, understood something that took philosophers centuries to fully articulate. The event is not the wound. The opinion about the event is the wound. The story you are telling yourself about what happened, about what it means, about what it makes you, that is where the suffering lives. And it is in there, in the silent audit of that story, that the real work is done. Ask, what am I telling myself today? Ask, is it true? Ask, is it useful? Not all inner voices deserve your loyalty. Some of them are very old and very frightened, and they are governing a life they no longer understand. This is the moment to notice them. To say with neither drama nor cruelty, I see you, but you are not in charge today. 4. Write the map. First, tell yourself what kind of person you want to be, then do what you have to do. Epictetus discourses. The inner audit has told you where you are. Now you must decide where you're going. Before the day disperses into 1,000 small urgencies, before the email, before the message, before the first request from a world that has no memory of and no interest in your long-term flourishing, write down what the day is for. Not a task list. A
task list is a record of obligations. We are speaking of something more elemental, a declaration of intention. What kind of person do you intend to be today? Not, what do you intend to accomplish? Who do you intend to be? What quality of attention will you bring to the people you encounter? What virtue? Patience, honesty, courage, generosity will you specifically, consciously practice? The ancient practice of the morning premeditation was precise and disciplined. You visualize the day ahead, including its likely difficulties. You picture the meeting that will try your patience. You imagine the news that may unsettle you. You rehearse your response, not with anxiety, but with the calm foresight of someone who has already decided who they are, so that when the challenge arrives, the decision does not have to be made under pressure. Ryan Holiday, who has spent years excavating and applying these ideas to the modern world, describes it simply: prepare for the day as if it matters, because it does. Because the sum of prepared days is a prepared life, and the sum of improvised days is a life that was always almost something but never quite arrived. Write the map, then hold it lightly. The territory will surprise you. The map is not about control. It is about intention, and intention is the compass that cannot be taken from you.
5. Feed the mind before the world does. Associate with people who are likely to improve you. Seneca, Letters to Lucilius. There is a war being fought for your attention. It is not metaphorical. It employs vast intelligence, enormous resources and techniques refined over decades, and it begins for most people within 60 seconds of waking. The phone lights up, the feed scrolls. The outrage and the anxiety and the carefully curated suffering of 8 billion human beings is piped directly into your eyes before you have had a moment to remember what you actually care about. We refuse this, not because the world does not matter. It matters enormously, but because the mind in its early morning state is extraordinarily impressionable, like soft clay that will harden around whatever shape it is given. And we have discovered, through trial and the particular humiliation of repeatedly failing to do what we know is right, that the shape given to the mind in the first hour of the day persists far longer than the morning. So we choose the shape deliberately. We read, not for entertainment, though good philosophy entertains, not for information, though wisdom informs. We read for formation, to let minds greater and more tested than ours work on us, to let ideas that have survived centuries of scrutiny push back against the small and frightened thoughts that crowd the early morning. 20 minutes, no more is required. Seneca's Letters, Marcus Aurelius's private notebook never intended for publication. Epictetus dictated from memory by a man who had been a slave and who understood freedom more deeply than most free men ever will. Or the moderns, Pierre Hadot, writing about philosophy as a way of life. Donald Robertson, on the psychology of Stoic practice. Holiday, on the obstacle as the path. The point is not the words. The point is what the words do. They remind you before the world tells you otherwise what you actually believe. They are the tuning fork struck before the orchestra begins. Strike it. Let yourself come into tune. 6. Move until the mind clears. We should give ourselves to wholehearted effort and not spend our lives in inactivity. Marcus Aurelius, Meditations. There comes a point in the morning, after the stillness, after the inner work, after the reading. When philosophy must become physics, the body must move. This is not negotiable, and the ancient world understood it with an intuitive certainty that modern neuroscience has spent decades confirming. The mind does not float free of the body. It is made of the body. What the body carries in tension and rigidity and accumulated stillness, the mind carries as fog and anxiety and the grinding inability to think clearly. Movement is not a break from the work, it is the work continued by other means. The form matters less than the commitment. Running is fine, lifting is fine. Walking with genuine intention and without the earphones that make walking a passive rather than active experience is fine. What is required is effort, genuine effort, the kind that makes a claim on you, that costs something, that cannot be completed while thinking about something else. Marcus Aurelius, governing an empire in near perpetual military campaign, was no stranger to the cost of a body untended. He was often ill. He was often exhausted. He trained anyway, not because he did not feel the weight. The meditations are saturated with it, but because he had understood that the weight felt differently in a body that had been used than in one that had been spared. There is something clarified in the mind after genuine physical effort that no amount of sitting can produce. The thoughts that seemed monumental when you were still become manageable in motion. The problems that loomed over you while you lay in bed shrink to their actual proportions when your blood is moving and your lungs are full. Run, lift, walk, sweat. The mind you carry out of that effort is not the same mind that entered it. 7. Step out grateful, not entitled. Do not indulge in expectations of what the day may bring, but be grateful that it has come at all. Epictetus, paraphrased Discourses 4. Here is where we part most violently with the spirit of the age. The age tells you that you are owed. It tells you that comfort is your birthright, that suffering is an error, that disappointment is an injustice, that inconvenience is an outrage. It has refined this message to extraordinary precision and delivers it in 1,000 forms each day. And we have absorbed it more deeply than we know. The chronic low-grade sense of grievance that lives in the background of modern life, the feeling that reality is somehow failing to meet us at the level we deserve. We practice each morning the systematic dismantling of this feeling, not because hardship should be accepted without resistance, not because injustice should be tolerated, but because the spirit of entitlement, the background belief that the world owes us ease, is the single greatest thief of genuine human experience. It prevents us from receiving the life we are actually living, because we are always comparing it to the life we were promised. The memento mori, the reminder of mortality, was not practiced by the ancient philosophers as an exercise in morbidity. It was practiced as an antidote to entitlement, to hold in the clear light of morning the simple fact: I did not have to wake up today, not guaranteed, not owed. The breath in the lungs, the people in the next room, the small, unspectacular day stretching out ahead, none of it was promised. This is not a technique for forced positivity. We are not prescribing performance. We are describing a shift in the ground of the self, from a self that moves through the day extracting what it is owed, to one that moves through the day fully inhabiting what it has been given. The difference in experience is not subtle.
It is the difference between a closed fist and an open hand, between enduring the day and actually living it. Walk out the door grateful.
Consider what these 7 mornings, strung together into weeks and weeks into years, will build. Not a person who never suffers. Suffering is not ours to abolish. Not a person who never fails. Failure is not an error in the program.
It is the program. Not a person who has transcended emotion or difficulty or doubt. A person who wakes deliberately, who confronts their own interior with honesty and without self-pity, who gives the mind something worthy before allowing the world to fill it, who moves the body, who plans with eyes open to hardship, who receives the day as a gift rather than a debt. These are not extraordinary demands. They are the ordinary demands of an extraordinary life. One that is actually lived rather than merely suffered through. Pierre Hadot, the great French philosopher who spent his life studying the ancient schools of thought as practices rather than theories, wrote that philosophy was never meant to be academic. It was meant to be therapeutic, a daily medicine for the sickness of the unexamined life. This is the medicine. These 7 habits are its dosage. They will not always feel like enough. There will be mornings when you complete every one of them and still feel the day go sideways, still feel the old fears rise, still feel the distance between who you are and who you mean to be. On those mornings, remember, the point was never the outcome. The point was always the doing, the returning, the choosing again to build the kind of self that does not collapse under its own weight. Marcus Aurelius wrote, at the end of a day that governed the known world, that managed campaigns and crises and the crushing responsibility of unchallenged power, in a private journal, to himself with no audience in mind. You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this and you will find strength. He was not writing history. He was writing a reminder for himself, for the next morning, for the human being who would need to wake up again and choose again who to be. We are that human being. We always will be. Begin again.